right, it would appear we are live on both YouTube and on Instagram. So, hello all. I know there's literally nobody watching right now, and judging by the last stream, I don't anticipate a ton of people watching it as it's happening. But whether you're watching now, whether you're watching later, hello, internet. I'm here once again, Joe NG. That's me, of Joe NG's Jamboree, which felt like a fun name, so I figured, might as well make that my channel handle. It used to be Super JNG18 until very recently. But I figured as I am attempting to soft launch YouTube / social media content-ish, a rebrand was perhaps necessary. And if I'm hoping to get better at graphic design, video editing, all the things one would need to do to be better at making, I'm a good video editor. That's how I got my stock and trade here when I first got a YouTube account 15 years ago, although I was also making AMVs for fun even before then, because, that's what you did instead of having friends, I suppose. But I was damn good at it, too. I was an old hand at this, and then I got out of here before it all started turning into slop. There are people who've been doing it since before me. We're still doing it now, and whatever makes you happy, fellas. But that was fun for a while, and then sometime in the life 9. Hello to you. Welcome to the stream. But I was saying that, making AMVs was fun for a while. Those eventually run their course as far as I'm concerned. I just became more fond of creating art that involved connecting with people in the real world a little bit more. Didn't revolve entirely around how to creatively reuse the content of others. I'd rather do something I love making cute video collage and stuff like that surreal thing I posted on YouTube. That's like one of my most recent videos to date, I'm pretty sure. I love doing that sort of thing for fun, like a good shit post. Who doesn't love a good shit post? But must be said, I've found more joy in writing. It's my friend Josip. Howdy do. We're just rambling before we get started with semifinal 2 of Eurovision. No ex-Yugoslav countries in this semifinal, but there is Albania, and Albania is very good. I quite like Albania this year. They were my joint favorites last year. Still rate them very highly, but yeah. So I'm trying to get more into something people who know me say about me, and I'm inclined to believe them, is that I have a way of talking about my different hyperfixations. Once upon a time, we'd call those obsessions, but now with scientific neuro talk and lingo, we call them hyperfixations. And I like that word. I like making it sound more sciencey. So I'm running with it. Let's go with that. Hyperfixations. That's the word. But it has more positive connotations than obsessions. That's for sure. But I also am self-aware enough to know that there's definitely a gray area in between the two. Anybody who's ever looked at my Instagram stories can attest to that. Anyway, thing is, I love a lot of different things. I'm interested in a lot of different things. Some things I know a lot about. Some of them I'm still learning. But I'd like to think I'm a pretty broad-minded individual. And, a difference between where I'm at now versus 2 days ago is now you were talking to an inexperienced youth of 26 summers a few days ago. You are talking to an experienced gentleman of 27 years, because as of May 13th, I am 27 years old. And if you didn't wish me a happy birthday yesterday, if you already did, you're fine. If you didn't, you're also fine, but it would be nice. But I it was a nice low key birthday. Um, Obviously, when I hear about year 27, I hear all kinds of stuff about the 27 Club and pop culture, all those famous, in particular, musicians who passed away at the age of 27. You know, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, uh, I think the guy from Canned Heat, uh, D. Boone from the Minutemen. Uh, yes, I saw Sevic. I saw Slavia champions again. Ole, ole. I was very happy about that. Oh, yes. And Soto single. Speaking of teams I root for, the Mets have just taken the lead over the Detroit Tigers. This is this is me in my element. This is you see why I want to stream now, right? Because my brain goes in a million different directions, and the connection is always this is something I find cool. This is something I find cool that I like to share with others. And one of those things, sports are one of those things. Whether it's my New York Mets who are now 6-3 on the Detroit Tigers, which is very good news. Let's go Mets. Hopefully we can hang on to that if our relief pitching doesn't completely let us down. But Slavia, look, last week Slavia made headlines for Vientos, Mark Vientos, Swaggy V. Oh, we needed that. Boy, this is going to be fun to watch back. I swear I took my medication this morning, folks. But, you know, Folkland and Lexapro gang, what up? We're having fun. But Slavia last week made soccer, forgive me, made football headlines. What was that? For all the wrong reasons. A derby, the big Slavia versus Sparta Praha derby. Slavia were winning. They managed to get a last minute goal, and then some Egypts ran onto the field. Hello, Random Barre. Yeah. What's soccer? Where'd that come from? Brain fart. Must have been thinking of some other sport. Not football. Football's what I was thinking about, obviously. Genuinely, look, a great way I know to piss off Americans who, whenever they try and sound all hoity-toity about it, I'll be like, don't you mean football? But I mean that. I really do try and remember that. So I'm embarrassed that slipped. Apologies for live and for posterity. But it made football news for the wrong reasons because Slavia looked like they got the winner in the big derby, and then some Egypts. Yeah, my dad's very excited about that. But some Egypts just ran onto the field, completely ruined everything. I haven't checked. I'm pretty sure that nullified the result. And sorry, I'm just posting something as well. But it just absolutely ruined everything. The fans got banned immediately. The club immediately condemned it, which I was very glad about. But I also was just so disappointed to see that the hooliganism got to that point. Because the reason I root for Slavia over Sparta is because their fans are a lot chiller and more fun to align myself with than Sparta, who are a bunch of right wingers. But that was like the exact kind of thing you don't want to see from your fellow fans. It's just very embarrassing. So we needed to wash the taste out of that out of our mouths. And winning the league has a great way of doing that. They won the next week. It already was looking good. That sealed the deal. Slavia are champions for the 23rd time in the Czech League. I am so happy for them. They deserve it. The fans who don't run onto the field like morons also deserve it. Yeah, I know about it, but Tverdik is idiot. He get banned from stadium. TS speaker, I hate him. Yeah, I this is the point where I have to look up Turdic. Oh, Turdic. Oh, the chairman of. You see, folks. I learned things in real time. I was like, haha, yes, it's Turdic. I hate who's Turdic. And he's the chairman of the club. Um, yeah, listen. Whenever it comes to the higher ups who run these big clubs, I know not to trust them. But Slavia is a team that has strong enough fan support that you can sort of say, okay, yes, the higher ups are not good, but the broad spectrum of fans are pretty damn great. Um, like Slavia are just a very exciting team to watch. They're an exciting team in terms of just the fans. The tifos at Slavia games are some of the best you'll ever see in Europe. I swear, they go real hard on those. They've gone viral a few times. Um, that's like of there are many teams I want to see. I'm literally working on a tier list right now of like, can I actually show? Can I show something on another screen? Will it let me? Furtick wanted to do on Slavia American atmosphere. Speaking as an American, guys, all you business people trying to make the American atmosphere happen in Europe, stop it. Stop it. That they don't want it. We don't really want it. Like, if anything, American atmospheres are commended for when they feel closer to Europe. Like, one of the things I get very proud of as a Knicks fan is seeing how often they're compared to football supporters because of how we travel, because of how loud we are. And, knowing that that's sort of like the norm for a lot of teams in Europe, particularly, Greece, Lithuania, Serbia, Turkey, Spain, the big countries for basketball in Europe. I'm very proud when I see that Knicks fans live up to that reputation. I want that energy. I love going to NYCFC games because I love how chanting and jumping around, and a lot of the chants are in Spanish. That adds to it. That adds to the atmosphere. Don't try and make it feel like American sports. Make our sports feel more like international sports, because we're a global country, much as our higher ups would not like to admit it. But like, I'm just saying, me, Whitey over here, I am a, I want to say, third generation American, you know, but my ancestors, their ancestors came from Europe. If you look like me, you are not, entitled to anything when it comes to America, because the first people who were in America, they don't look much like me. Yeah, but he banned Slavia fans. They cannot support us team. I hear you. He's point is, congratulations on winning the title, Slavia. Yeah. So we still have about another 17 minutes before semifinal 2 gets started. I don't intend to, except for the songs, there are long stretches where I'm going to be just fine to leave the TV muted, because he said he can plan Slavia. Well, hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully fans will be there. If it's overcorrecting, that's the trouble. That's the trouble. It only takes one or two bad faith actors to ruin it for everybody else. Like, obviously, you can't blame all Slavia fans for that. But the shitty thing is, yes, Hajduk and Slavia, they both rule. fan of both. Yeah, like with it only takes one bad apple to spoil the whole bunch. And that's the frustrating thing. Because I've experienced this here too with NYCFC. There were some fans hurling homophobic chants uh, at an opposing player during a playoff game. And because of that, we couldn't have like fans for a few games, or like we couldn't have like the full fan allocation for a few games, and we couldn't have hell yeah look at that. I love to see fans from different teams I root for getting along. I did not know that Hajduk Split and Slavia Prague are friends, but that makes me very happy because I like knowing that clubs I root for are friendly with each other. That's a thing I'm pretty careful about. There are some teams I root for where, like, if they're teams within the same league, I, typically try and avoid doing that, rooting for that. But I do know that, like, when it comes to rooting for teams across different leagues, I'm sort of like, unless I hear like, oh, something happened between fans of this club and that club and they absolutely hate each other now, most of the time I just think of them in independent terms. The only time I remember something like this leading over, this is the thing when the first club you're sort of brought into is one that has a lot of other clubs that aren't necessarily their biggest fans, and the ones they are friends with my dad got me into Chelsea. Chelsea was my first love. But Chelsea was the first football, association football. I'm talking about football. I don't know what that other thing was. You didn't hear anything. Anyway, the only football team I rooted for a while was Chelsea before I started rooting for others. So I didn't necessarily consider how Chelsea reacted to other teams that were. I completely forgot about that. Hajduk Split was founded in Prague in Flek by Croatian law students. Hajduk and Slavia have the best cultures in the world, bro. I agree with all those. And Yala Saknin. Thank you, Ahmad. It's nice to see folks coming in from all these clubs I like. B'nai Saknin, who I am the birthday present to me, the birthday present I got was that B'nai Saknin do not appear to be getting relegated, which they've been losing their last few games, but they built themselves a safe enough cushion of 34 points before the league split in two that and the teams below them are bad enough that even if they lose their last game, they're still going to stay up because the two bottom place teams can't pass them. So that's a relief. Compared to last year, Sakhnin was in the relegation. What I've gathered is that more often than not, Sakhnin's in the relegation group as opposed to the championship group. It be like that sometimes, but in there, when I started rooting for them, hey, love you too, dude. Much love to you. Much love to Sakhnin. Y'all are strong as hell. There's a reason I still root for you in spite of so much I've said. Also, Zrinjski Mostar won Cup of Bosnia and Herzegovina too. It's a Croatian club in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, I root for FK Sarajevo in terms of Bosnian clubs. I also have been relatively fond of Sloboda Tuzla lately, mostly for the basketball team, but their football team is also pretty cool. But Sakhnin's been through a lot, and given how the Israeli league system definitely favors the big teams, the ones that most of the investment comes in from, like, the Tel Aviv teams, like Beitar Jerusalem. And given the perception most of the world has, which Israel hasn't really helped itself with lately, now has it, that, Israel is a monolith, that Israel is mostly people who think like or agree with or look like Bibi, when that's not true. Having been there, having friends and family from there, having very deliberately explored. Oh yeah, Sloboda usually goes back a ways. They've got a history. They used to be much bigger than they were. That I know. At least the football team used to be bigger. Basketball team is still in the top division. The football team definitely is not. Yeah, there are a couple of like historical clubs that, through various internet rabbit holes, I have found myself relatively interested in. Teams like uh, Sarajevo are big rivals with Zeljeničar and Selik Zenica. Well, neither of those are Zrinjski Mostar, so at least I'm in the clear there. I'll take that. It's the little things. It's because, as with a lot of teams I follow, Sarajevo I learned about because of Derby Days on Copa 90 with Eli Menjim. Oh my God, all of Eli Menjim's Copa 90 they do a lot of great stuff in general, but Eli Menjim's work in particular, it has absolutely, that completely rewired my DNA when it comes to learning about football, when it comes to learning about it for social movements. I was, and Sarajevo was one of those teams because they talked about the Sarajevo Derby, and I came away from that. Like most of those videos, regardless of whether I became a fan of either of the team's profile, in a lot of cases I did. I mean, in some cases they do a lot of videos in particular countries, and I would just kind of pick a favorite among those derbies. So like they did a bunch of videos in Spain, went with Celta Vigo. They did a bunch of videos in Italy, went with Atalanta. Did a bunch of videos in Germany, went with St. Pauli, and you can see how well that's worked out. But Sarajevo was one of the unique ones. Like, it's interesting. They did Derby Days in lots of countries, never did one in France, never did one in, they did do one in the USA. It wasn't the one you'd think. Actually, that was kind of a cool video too, because the video about I really wish I remember what it was called, the specific name of the derby, but Portland Timbers versus Seattle Sounders. Just list. You can watch Sarajevo versus Borussia Mönchengladbach on YouTube. Amazing atmosphere. Oh, I don't doubt it. Oh my God, Sarajevo fans and any German club fans. Oh, that's got to be electric. But I'll say that they do so much to help expand just what these clubs mean beyond just. Well, what I was going to say is the Seattle versus Portland one was the first time I ever saw a video the first time I ever saw USA teams with a football culture comparable on any level to a team from Europe or South America or elsewhere. And that made me want to look more into the MLS. That made me want to look more into NYCFC. And I would argue that we might have a fiercer derby. Okay, I'm going to stop myself right there. Seattle versus Portland has more history, but from a perfectly biased personal perspective, Red Bulls versus my guys, NYCFC, the Hudson River Derby, that's a juice. I always get so excited / terrified for that game because I know that it's going to be either an incredible night or a terrible night, but it's going to get those emotions going in me that you want to see from a derby match. Also, to the two people currently watching on YouTube, hello. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that there are some people watching over here. I don't need to, and they're both gone, but it's okay. Listen, I don't buy. You know, I know full well I could spend all the money that I do not have to get, millions of people watching this stream, but no, I'm straight up. I'm trying to get better at listening to the sound of my own voice because I used to slash kind of still do hate listening to myself talk. But by virtue of the fact that I'm trying to make more videos, by virtue of the fact that I'm trying to do more voiceover work, um, I can't really, get around listening to myself talk. So if I'm going to listen to myself talk, hey, the Mets scored another run, 7-3. Oh, I wonder how that happened. Was it another homer? That would be nice. Also, the contest is queued up. I've barely been talking about Eurovision, but that's just as well. But in any case, I'm trying to get better at listening to myself talk because I just have to listen to myself talk. So if I'm going to listen to myself talk, I might as well talk about something I enjoy talking about and listening to others talk about, such as sports, such as Eurovision. Of course, on Tuesday, we saw the first semifinal. 15 countries entered, 10 countries went to the final. 9 of them legitimately, one of them Israel. Oh, pause due to poor connection. Well, that's going to be a difference potentially. Oh, hello, Instagram. Apparently, you disconnected for a second. Welcome back. But what I was saying is, you got, besides Israel, who I don't know, it wasn't that bad, but it still feels funky that they can somehow get their way to the final with whatever. It's probably not going to win, but it's going to add a sour taste to the final anyway. But it was Israel, yes, but also, on the other hand, legitimately qualifying for the final, there's also Sweden, Belgium, that was the big surprise, Poland, Lithuania, Moldova, I'm trying to remember them all, Croatia, Serbia, Finland, of course, Greece, of course, and I'm trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. Nope, that's everybody. A perfectly fine lineup, but of course that meant we had to say goodbye and farewell to 5 competing countries. Those countries being San Marino, Portugal, Estonia, Georgia, and Montenegro. So there weren't a lot of surprises in that bunch. Even if I was very sad to see Portugal go, I had a feeling it wasn't going to go well. Montenegro, I had heard, had a very bad jury performance. I thought that she did a pretty good job in the live performance. We'll see how close they would have gotten. I hope this doesn't scare them off from competing in the future, because this really was their best foot forward in a while. And they don't have a ton of resources in Montenegro. They can only do so much, but for what they had, I thought they did fine. Portugal, it just felt kind of half-hearted in the end. I felt like they kind of I weirdly feel like maybe some of them were some people in the delegation, maybe the band themselves, they were just starting to feel funkier about still competing. I don't know. I'll be interested in seeing, depending on how things go, if Portugal sticks around next year. Belgium's one of the countries that I figured would amplify wanting to withdraw if they didn't qualify, but I guess we can put that on hold. All right, 2 minutes away from starting. I'm going to leave this on mute for pretty large chunks because I got to tell you something. Whatever you can say about the songs, the hosts are so bad. So bad. Not since I've started following Eurovision have I found hosts so immediately irritating as these guys. Like, I came in right after 2017. So that's what stops me from saying that. I thought that the hosts in 2019, 2021, 2022, they weren't perfect, but they had things that recommended them. I don't know why I mentioned 2021. They were fine. 2022, they were lovably, uh, you know, falling all over the place. But these two, I don't know if it's just them. I don't know if it's also the material, but they are fucking brutal. I do not enjoy uh, hearing them talk. Okay, almost time. But time to wipe the slate clean as 15 more countries. Oh my god, the fucking Moroccan oil ad. As 15 more countries vie for a spot in the grand final. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. I'll always be hyped when this happens. You gotta love the music. Eurovision by EBU. A little recap of 2 days ago of all the fans, everybody jumping around, making noise. Um, so I still hate that outfit. I don't know why he wore that. They're trying to make it look like it was so epic, but like they mostly got to rely on clips from the actual performances. Why would you show the kangaroo again? Why are you reminding people of that? That was an odd call. This is going to be a bit where they try and do wasted love, but wasted love goes wrong. They're laying it on thick with all the water effects. So he's getting all. Oh, but he's singing it badly, and oh boy, it's so funny because it's supposed to be going right, but instead he get hit ahead. He get hit and your head and fall over, and it's funny. Oh, but it's all exploding, and she's getting covered in water. Is funny. It's funny comedy. It makes me go ha. Okay, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Oh, now it's on fire. Oh, that's bad because it's not supposed to be on fire. Like that's like the most effort they put into trying to do anything actually funny at this godforsaken contest. And then they fall through. And now we're live in Vienna. Hooray! Okay. It's kind of funny that they're coming out in like life jackets and stuff. Like they look, it's not making me guffaw, but like it's fine. See, that's what you call meta commentary. I like when they're like at least a little bit self-aware. Hello, Max. Yes, I do women. They got the job done. Won the league. Hi, Emily. See the Maltese. I see the Danes. I see the Norwegians. This is they're not making my teeth grind as hard as they did on Tuesday, but I'm gonna be judicious about what I turn the volume on for versus what I don't. I voted last night after a brief hiccup. It looked like the rest of the world voting was open. Then it wasn't. Then it was again. Um, but I was eventually able to vote. Um, I'm trying to see how. The only country I gave more than one vote for was Czechia, because I have heard I want Czechia to finally make the final, and more than that, because I love their song already. I hear the staging is phenomenal. I was watching Gabe and Jay's live stream last night. They were gobsmacked. They were moved to tears. Like, that gets me excited. I'm not gonna front. That gets me excited. I really would like to see Czechia in the final, and I know the juries are gonna have their back, but I want to do my bit. And then I gave at least a vote each for trying to think here, like Albania. I think I gave Albania, Malta. I think I gave a vote to Romania. I gave a vote to Latvia. I gave a vote to Switzerland. All right. Australia, Denmark, like those are the obvious ones. Oh, pardon me. Here we go. Second semifinal is officially underway. We'll turn the volume up now. You already did that joke in the first semifinal. But we kick things off with a returning country, Bulgaria. Now, I was in Turin for Bulgaria's most recent Eurovision participation up to this point, which was for Intelligent Music Project and Attention. That song was butt. That song was absolutely god awful, and it rightfully got the boot, and Bulgaria looked to be gone for the foreseeable future. But they are back in force with the song Bangaranga by Dara. The selection was a bit wonky, but the reactions from the audience and the press have been very, very positive. So I, for one, would love to see Bulgaria back in the final for the first time since 2021. Let's see if Dara with Bangaranga is the one to do it. Oh, shit. She is upside down. Oh, this is fun. Hear the crowd. The crowd like it. Oh, the Mets get another run. Ooh. This is vintage Sasha Jean-Baptiste right here. She is doing what she does best. I'm trying to see who scored with the Mets game. I hope I didn't miss it. I like that she's got the crazy eyes. The crazy eyes is good. Wow, this is a gigantic upgrade on the national final. Like, it's not even close. Oh, Saul's starting to move around. My criticisms of it being a little bit light on the actual song have not necessarily dimmed, but at least this performance is convincing enough for me to not really care. The visuals just look great. Now she's in the arena. This song is incredibly repetitive. It's just nice to see Bulgaria with good staging, you know? Okay, it's this last bit when she's actually live in front of people. This is quite hype. I like this. Oh yeah. Oh, Bulgaria ought to feel just fine. The Bulgarians. Somebody's got a shirt that says "Absolute Bangaranga." Scorsese would absolutely agree with that assessment. I think Bulgaria ought to be feeling pretty good. I think the next country might not. We are off to Azerbaijan, a country whose name is a lot more fun to say than their entries are to listen to. Azerbaijan's never been a humongous favorite of mine at Eurovision. Their country has. Them and Israel have kind of done a Freaky Friday because around the time Israel started going through a bit of a dark age was when Azerbaijan was on top. And it was through doing something not dissimilar to what Israel is doing right now. The difference is now Israel is getting those kinds of results that they don't necessarily deserve. But Jiva the Diva here is about to show that Azerbaijan is not quite the country they were a little over a decade ago. It's funny how they have names listed here that are like actual names. People think this song was written with AI assistance, which is damning, I should say. This isn't like the worst staging in the world. It's just wow, what a boring song. Huh, there's some Mexican fans in the crowd. That's cool. like, it's very middle of the road. I can't imagine this making the final. It would be very funny, given that there are, like, look, the thing about Eurovision is you can never assume anything. But almost every poll but there are like no actual fans of this song. She can sing. This is the bit in Azerbaijani to trick you into thinking that it's interesting. I love the gigantic Australian and Swiss flags blocking the camera. I like the pride flag waving in front of them. This is like weirdly good looking for such a mediocre song. Oh, and it's just I forgot. I keep forgetting that just. She said it. She said it. She said pussy. She said pussy. Sure, nobody's ever. I was like hoping in the back of my head. I was like, please tell me somebody's gonna say it. If you tell me she's gonna say it, rather. Oh man, that was excellent. Okay, screw it. They're qualifying. Of course, Azerbaijan are qualifying. Why are you even worried about that? Anyway, speaking of sure qualifiers, Romania, another country, the last of the absentees from the last few years. Romania took 2 years off after the disaster that was Degete in 2023, which I'm going to go on record and say I always like the song. I think that the criticism for the performance drags the song down with it a lot, and I don't think that's fair. I think the song itself could have worked with better staging. But the staging, it was not good. And it dragged everything else down, and Romania got joint 0 with San Marino, which was way worse. Let's just say it. But that was a very different Romania from the one that is back this year. This is Alexandra Capitinescu with Choke Me, and this is one of the ones people have been most excited for. Hello, Edward Hotspur. Oh, I like this. I like this white cloaked figure. I already like the song. I like what I saw of the staging. Oh, I hate complimenting Jan Boers, the staging director, because he's a homophobic piece of shit, but fucking hell, he cooked. This looks great. And Romania needed this. They really could win the semifinal. I wouldn't doubt it. Like, they're definitely good. Romania's fine. Ain't no way they're not making the final. Oh, I like her movements. I like the way she's looking at the camera. I see a Palestine flag there. Good. Wait, no, unless it's Italy. God, I can't tell from that angle. Oh yeah, Romania's fine. Don't worry about Romania. They'll be fine. Also, I apologize in advance for people watching this back, when you hear the occasional bloop of my mail notifications. Hey, Tony, Cowboy Tony, we're just watching semifinal 2 of Eurovision. Romania are currently doing the Balkans very proud. Epic rock song here. All right. Oh, yeah. Romania, you should be feeling very, very pleased about this. This is an obvious qualifier. I'm going to see this one getting like at least 100 points from the public. Probably more. And it could do very well in the final 2. Oh, yes, Romania. Oh, yes. Good shit, Romania. That, you can hear the crowd love that. Oh, she's so hyped. Oh, I love that. I'm so happy for her. She knows she nailed that. Oh, man. I'm so, so pleased for Romania. I'm sure that they're going to qualify. Less sure, we have Luxembourg. Now, I'm willing to point out, Luxembourg have made it to both finals of their first 2 participations back. But they also, for a second it looked like she had prosthetic legs. Does she have prosthetic legs? Or are those just her socks? Eva Maria is the artist. The song's called Mother Nature. I like it. But will it buck Luxembourg's 100% qualification streak? We will just have to wait and see. All right, Detroit made it closer, but let's see. Hopefully the Mets will hold on. This is such a sweet song. Alexandra Capitanescu, the Romanian girl, was my classmate from 1st to 4th grade. That's so sick. Hey, MHN.BS, that is super cool. That's a major flex. I'm sure you're absolutely beaming for her right now. Every interview I've seen with her, she seems awesome. This is a brilliant performance she just gave. Romania should be very proud. They're definitely back in the final with a bang. Luxembourg, harder to tell, but this is a really sweet song. This just gives me Disney vibes. This also reminds me of Only Teardrops by Emily DeForest a lot. It's got a very, I don't know. I feel like people are right, as you should be. You should all be rooting for her. I think Romania probably have a chance at the top 10 at the very least. A win, I don't know if she's going to win, but she's going to do very well. You better vote for Moldova, too. They're going to do it for you. I don't know if she'll qualify. This might be like Portugal in semifinal 1, where I just have to resign myself to the fact that a very sweet song just might not be bound for the final. But it's such a nice vibe. But it's a very competitive semifinalist. She might come out the wrong side of it, but the audience poll liked her, so. This is putting such a big smile on my face. Well done, Luxembourg. Okay, the arena got really, really quiet for the last bit of that. I gotta say, that is far from a guaranteed qualifier. But do you know how hard it is for a moment like that to make everybody in the arena go quiet? I don't know, man. Don't completely dismiss Luxembourg. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go through, but I'm not gonna say that they aren't. I'm not gonna be disappointed. I will be disappointed if they don't, but I shouldn't be. Someone who will be if they don't is Czechia, because I have heard amazing things about this performance. Simeon homered to left, 9-4 Mets in the bottom of the eighth. I'm talking about the New York Mets and watching Eurovision. This is the life, man. Daniel Zizka with the song Crossroads. Everybody who's seen the staging says it's brilliant, says his live vocals are brilliant. Czechia haven't made the final in going on 3 years, but I think that's about to change. Let us see. Czechia, as you were. That looks very cool. That's an amazing visual moment. Hold on now. God, his voice is good. Ooh. The mirror moving further away. Wow. Oh, wow. His voice literally sends like shivers down my spine. I swear to God. Like, this is one of the most compelling performances of the year. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, it's building. Wow! Holy shit! Czechia! That was brilliant. That was absolutely transfixing. Oh wow! Why? Why? We were in such a vibe. I could have muted that. Sorry, folks. Wow, Czechia is really good, y'all. Czechia is really, really good. Like, I don't know how the televote's gonna like it. I think it was very compelling. I think that everybody's gonna compare it to Switzerland. I've seen it compared to John's Tears. I've seen in terms of how it could do very well with the televote. I've seen it compared to Zoe May, or at least I keep thinking of Zoe May in terms of how poorly it could do with the televote. Czechia has gotten 0 from the televote multiple times before, so they're one of those countries that I'm always like a little bit extra nervous about when they send something the immediate appeal. But that's going to make the final no matter what, because juries are going to love that. Juries are also possibly going to love France. France I loved when I first heard it, but it's grown off me a little bit. Let's see if this changes that. She's 17 years old, Monroe. But she sings with the ability of someone at least 10 years older. This is very musical theater, which might be why I kind of like it. All the problems people have with it are valid problems. I downgraded this to a 9 out of 10. I like this. I really like this, guys. I really, really like what France has this year. I can't front. I'm a theater kid. I like theater. I love Les Mis. This is hitting a sweet spot for me. I'm not proud. I'm not out here saying this is like gonna. Is it gonna win? I don't think it's gonna win. I think it's maybe a little bit too precise, like people have been saying. But I also just really like it. I like it. It makes my ears happy. It's visually more interesting than the last few French entries by a mile. I don't know. France could win. I wouldn't rule them out. Like, I thought I was going to resent it for being such blatant jury bait. But fuck it, man. Fuck it anyway. This is just really good. This is my taste. This is like, I never totally got into Wasted Love, but this I liked the moment I heard it. And I still really, really like this. I don't like this more than Finland or Moldova, but I'm going to put this at 10 points pour la France. Oh my god, that was really good. That was really good. Like, say whatever you want. She can fucking sing. Holy mother of fuck. 17 years of age. My god. Oh god. I heard this was fun. I didn't turn the sound on for the last Professor Eurovision thing. But this is supposed to be nice. So I'm gonna put up with it.
Have they taken over?
The majority of people are heterosexual, so most of the people singing at the Eurovision Song Contest are straight. That's also true for the producers and for the people in the arena, and obviously for the viewers at home too. Straight everywhere. Performing on stage is art. Many gays and lesbians and people from all the other members of the LGBTQIA+ have been drawn to the arts. Why? Nobody really knows for sure. But here's an idea. To be an artist, you need to create something different. And that might be just a little easier if you already are different. It's not about blending in, but about standing out. Of the 72 acts that have won the Eurovision Song Contest so far, only 8 singers have been openly LGBTQIA+. In 1956, it would have been almost impossible to come out as gay, but they were a part of the family from the very beginning. Danny Dumasson will say for friends, in the first ever Eurovision Song Contest, with the woman she called the life companion, or
Danny Dauberson. Oh, and John. Okay, they've done their research.
That means his pronouns were names. He later came out as gay. We're celebrating 70 years of Eurovision Song Contest, but it took more than 40 years. For the first openly gay person to appear on the Eurovision stage in 1997, Paul Oscar of Iceland.
Legend. Occasionally
That means
controversial, but
but it wasn't the last, it was the first. For queer is good. These are the acts that openly identify as one of the rainbow members. And these are the others.
lots of them.
Do I think there are too many gays who go? No. But I do think there are too many twinkle shoes, off-key notes, weird costumes, and whenever time we come from that giant penguin on stage, remember? We're all one big family, with moms and dads and some
See,
too.
I heard that the joke with what did you think about Romania? Do you like? Oh, I already said I love Romania. Romania is phenomenal. Romania is breezing through, probably going to finish top 10. Yeah, fuck you, Hugo. But yeah, Romania is great. Don't you even worry what I think about Romania. Romania is phenomenal. Romania is going to breeze through. All right, are we headed to Cyprus now? No, we're headed to Armenia for a Paloma Rumba. Yeah, I will say, I had heard in the first version of that when they said too many bum notes, they showed a clip of Manel Navarro's infamous "Just Do It For Your Lover." But I don't know, maybe the Spanish broadcaster was like, "We're not in it. Can you stop taking shots at us?" But Simon here competed in Armenia's selection last year with a song I quite liked called "Ai Paparai Bai." He didn't get to go, so they just internally selected him this year with a song that sounds pretty good. But oh, my favorite derby's going on, or one of them at least. The strongest versus always ready in Bolivia. My guys, the strongest, are in the lead. All right, let's have a rumba. Top of the ninth. Come on, we could end it here. This would make us 18 and 25. I kind of like Paloma Rumba. I don't think it'll necessarily make it through, but it's fine. Hello, letterbox screen. I don't know. There's a lot of energy there. like I'll always like a song that includes the phrase "This meeting could have been an email," which is one of my favorite modern terms of phrase. Turns of phrase, rather. I didn't realize the Tigers are also below 500. I don't know. I feel like, it's not like my favorite, but there's a lot of energy there. It kind of falls apart a little bit as it goes along, though. Now they're knocking over boxes and everything's fast. Look at them, they're so fast. So much energy. Ah! Ah! Oh my god. Ah, crazy, crazy. Maybe it'll go through. If songs qualify just on how much energy they had, then this would be breezing through. Switzerland up next. So I like this song. I like the staging concept. Both things being considered, I would not call this a safe qualifier at all. It's very modern indie singer-songwriter, which is to say my jam. But unlike, say, oh, I get it. They had it look like Nemo was good. Nemo doesn't even want involvement in this year's contest. You know that as well as I do. But I loved, say, Saudade Saudade. And that was very much like not the kind of song you would expect to see at Eurovision. But it also was done in a way that made it accessible to the folks at home. We'll have to see if Veronica Fissaro can do the same thing with Alice for Switzerland. They haven't missed a final in a long time. They're last year's hosts. Let's see. There's some very cool staging ideas here. It's very dark. We've already been going for an hour 13. My God. Ooh. Ooh. Vocally, she's on point tonight. Like, this is just a cool song. This is a very cool, very contemporary rock song. Like, it's filmed well. Vocally, she's on point. If I was a juror, I would call this a qualifier. But the question is, how engaged is this going to leave the folks at home? Because she's a charismatic performer, but she doesn't have, like, the it factor of, say, a Nemo. For a country like Switzerland, a lot of that comes down to how much the performer themselves bring that. Put it in the books! The New York Mets beat the Detroit Tigers. During the next break, I'm going to play Meet the Mets. You're going to get to see what I do every single time the Mets win. Let's go. We take the series. Fuck your split, Tigers. Ah. I got completely distracted from Switzerland. Apologies. I mean, we'll see how it does. That was about as good as you could do a song like that really just did not feel necessarily like a song guaranteed. Oh boy. Yes, this is something I'm going to say. If you are the kind of person the Eurofan Voice poll, as run by survey.alchemare.eu. If you fill this out, you can let the EBU know your thoughts on Eurovision, and it's trying to gather fan opinions, and it can be your chance to let them know how you feel about the current situation, allowing certain countries in that probably shouldn't be in. Next is Cyprus. So this is another Fuego wannabe. This is called Jala by Antigone. What I have heard is that she gave an absolutely diabolical live vocal in the jury show yesterday. Like, her odds started to plummet. Cyprus have not missed 2 finals in a row since the late 2000s. So a lot is riding on this. Let's see if Cyprus can pull it off. Here's Jala, Antigone for Cyprus. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Her voice is not good. Her voice is really, really bad. I mean, she's got energy. Hello, Anemone Plantifiore. Wow, her voice is really, really not up to this. Which is a shame because the staging is actually some of my favorite of one of these Fuego ripoffs. But oh, wow, that's rough. Now I feel like she's off beat. Like, she's hitting the moves all right. She's just vocally not up for it. Like, this could still make it through. But I'm telling you right now, the juries are not... Cyprus, you might actually not get 12 from Greece's jury if this makes the final. She got a little bit better. Look, the energy is there. The staging is good, but also, you know, oh Christ, how many times are these Egypts going to come up? Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay. Here we go. Here is Cosmo. I love this song. Cosmo, he is another product of a mediocre national final, but he's a lot of fun. His song is called Tanzshine or Dance License. It's a banger. People don't necessarily have high hopes. It's the host entry. It's performing last in the final, but I think it's not competitive, but it's not trying to be. I just hope it gets at least a few points. And I, for one, am very excited to watch this. It's also cool to see he's also a drummer like me. The crowd's going to be loud for this one. Here's Österreich. Cosmo with Tanzshine for the host country, Austria. The one thing they've done right this year. That's a cool visual. It's romantic. Hey. Concept. It's fine, not perfect. I'm getting it. Oh, Sitzer. Lead and Splitzer. This gets 0 from the public. That's harsh. This is very fun. Sie wochen ein Tanzschein. In der Ecke eine Pirouette. Hey. Hey. Oh, the crowd loves this.
Sunshine.
This is super fun. I really hope this scores.
Up behind its sunshine.
That was super fun. That was a very, very fun song from Austria. I hope it does at least okay at the final. That was a lot of fun. He's got the home crowd on his side, that's for damn sure. All right, another borderline now. It's Latvia. Atvara with the song Anna. I quite like this song. It's very emotional. It's very personal. Latvia have gone from perennial non-qualifiers to making 2 finals in a row, which is quite the feat. You know, when I was getting into the contest, they certainly were not one of the big, heavy favorites each year. And, you know, the fact that we're even calling them a borderline qualifier is better than they've gotten in a while. And even if people don't call her chances obvious, I'm going to enjoy this performance. So, whether it's the first time or the only time, here's Edda by Atvara for Latvia in Vienna. The performance is obviously not different, particularly from her Latvian national final performance, but it gives me goosebumps all the same. There was another song in Latvia's selection I liked even better by the band Kylie called Teun Tagad. Thank you to Gabe for turning myself and lots of people onto that as well. I like seeing all the flashlights out. Even when they're not visible during the performance, people just want to show support. There's the whiskey glass. I don't know if it'll advance, but this is a really stunning performance from Latvia. I don't know if it'll qualify, but it would deserve it if it did. Man. Pardon me, folks. That was gorgeous. A really, really sweet performance from Latvia. She's great. She's really great. All right. Who we got next? We got a favorite up next. A country that's not normally in the conversation to win, but Denmark are in rarefied air this year because this year they have Søren Tolpegard Lund with the song For Vi Går Hjem. It's a very fun song. It's very dramatic, very full of energy and good vibes. Well, not good vibes. I don't know. Intense vibes. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about Denmark. Denmark is very intense and clubby and cool. And I think they are in with a real shot of at least the top 10, probably top 5. Let's see how he does. Hvor vi går hjem, Søren Tolpegard Lund for Denmark. This is one of those performances where, like, because it's such a contender, I watch it kind of tense. Like, is he nailing it? Because it's also one of my favorites. This is one of those years where most of the favorites are also songs that I also love. Oh, that scene still looks really good. Oh, they made much more of a thing out of taking the shirt off. Oh, big note. Pretty much nailed it. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, it's not markedly different from oh. It's not markedly different from what they did in Denmark, but shit, dude, it looks so good. Hello, random Kyrgyzstani fan. But oh my lord, that was excellent. That supersized it to Eurovision size exactly the way it should be. So I am very pleased with that. They're probably going to take a little break. Are we going to see something funny this time? Now he's changing his outfit all the time. Were they just all at the dry cleaners for the first semifinal or what? That's me.
Maybe you're at a watch party with your closest friends, your family, or you might be all by yourself, alone. But you'll never be lonely. You are with all of us.
And you guys.
Very special moments.
And in a world often divided, we stand united.
Thank you all for being a part of this.
We stand. They were just a couple words away from saying something that would have actually been kind of impressive. You know, all they had to do is say, like, can you imagine if they were just like, we are all together and we stand with Palestine? Like, that was never going to happen in a million years. But this is like everybody getting their first look at the stage. Man. This is also the time to say once again, Spain, Iceland, Netherlands, Slovenia, Ireland, we miss you guys a hell of a lot. We miss you guys so much. It's nice to see some of the semifinal one non-qualifiers again. Bandiras de Cante, Tamara Zivkovic, we miss you. There's Look Mom No Computer. We'll be seeing him in a bit. I'm looking forward to that. The clip I've seen of the live performance gets me optimistic that the UK's got something good going. Man, do I want the UK to do okay. Get points, please. All right. Well, that was some nice vamping. Are we resuming the music, please? Look at all those fans, including someone repping Borussia Dortmund. Good for them. Here's one. Australia's up now. I'm not going to do that accent. Don't worry. More than that. But Australia. Yes, they are a different country from Austria. It's very funny that they did the Australia thing in the first semifinal, not the one Australia is competing in. But, pardon me. Delta Goodrum, one of Australia's most beloved local singer-songwriters of the turn of the millennium, is their representative this year. She's been on Aussie fans' wish lists for a very long time. And tonight, she eclipses. Let's have a look at Eclipse by Delta Goodrum for Australia. God, her voice is good. She can perform. I like that you can still hear her accent. Like, she performs like a superstar. She carries herself like she is a big damn deal. And that counts for a lot. Oh, Australia, cooking here. Oh, and she's going up. Holy shit. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Australia. Oh, they're fool. Australia. Oh my God. They're gonna make the final. They could the juries are gonna eat that up. They probably ate that up. Ukraine! Hey, 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 hey! Slava Ukraine! Heroyam Slava! Yes, 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 it's time. It's time for the one of the best countries, probably the best country at Eurovision that isn't called Portugal or Italy or San Marino. But objectively, they're probably the best. Ukraine! Ukraine damn near exclusively send bangers. Stefania, banger. Teresa and Maria, banger. 1944, banger. Wild Dances, banger. Heart of Steel, that was all right too. But Dancing Lasha Tumbai, banger. And this year, no exception. Because Rhythm by Leleka, banger. Have a listen. Well, I'm standing up for this. Getting goosebumps, guys. Good enough. It's amazing she held it for that long. Ukraine! 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 Let's go! Let's go, Ukraine! Let's go! Slava Ukraine! Slava Ukraine! Slava Ukraine! Mm. I don't care. Ah! Yes! Excellent performance from Ukraine. They'd advance anyway. It's like a guarantee now. Oh, that was good. This is bar for bar. This is a much better semifinal in terms of songs than the first one. Like in the first semifinal, there were some doozies. There were some real stinkers in there. The highs of this semifinal, like you can argue that the highs of there's that Kyrgyzstani fan again. They are persistent. You could argue that like the highs of semifinal one are higher because they've got Moldova, they got Finland, they got Greece, they got like literally all of my top 4 are from semifinal one, and one of them didn't qualify. Rest in peace, Portugal. Well, they're not dead. They're not dead, but they're done this year. Always at least one. Guarantee you more than one song I like is going home tonight. Like this, I can tell you for free. I've seen more performances I like than spots available in the finals. So I'm already just trying to make that peace with myself. You know, Latvia, Switzerland, Luxembourg. I enjoyed all those performances, but they might very well be done and dusted after tonight. And you don't know who will make it through. Like, that's always the funny thing when I'm watching one of these streams in hindsight and I see, me say something like, oh, this country might go through. Oh, this country won't go through. And, I'm always wrong. I was Look, Mom, no computer. It's another auto qualifier. It's the United Kingdom. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I wanted to do okay. I really wanted to do okay. But listen, future me, I know you're going to be rewatching this at some point. You know you are. And you're going to know how this semifinal ends. You're going to look at how I'm reacting right now, and you're going to say, oh, Joe, how did you not know that X was going to go through and why wasn't? I understand why you thought that country wasn't going through, but of course they did. And I know you thought that country was going to go through, but unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out. You're going to be thinking that, and I'm going to be sitting here like, I get it. You know something I don't. Cranking this up. Oh, this is fine. This is so fun.
It's fine, dry, darling. I need something salty. It's fine, dry, with a slice of pepperoni. I'll pay you can on me. That'll be a pony. I'm spy dry. I'm coming back to life. I'm spy dry. Got me feeling okie dokie. I'm spy dry. Goodbye drudgery. Hello me. So light you can throw me. Kill it karaoke. 1, 2, 3. I'm coming back to life. Oh, this is so fun. This is like actually entertaining in a way and creative in a way a British entry hasn't been in a while. I like the little wow. Control me, kill it karaoke. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you guys better sing along. Okay, good. You can hear him. Oh, this is great. That was so much fun. That was a blast. United Kingdom, that was so fun. Why can't you do that shit every year? That was so much fun. Oh, he's winded. I don't blame him. He was running around like a mouse, like around a maze. Holy Jesus. That was a great performance. I knew Frederick Ridman, the staging director, I knew he'd cook. When you get the guy who's staged stuff like, you know, the Code and Cha Cha Cha, you know he's not perfect, but when he's on, he's on. And that was brilliant. That was an excellent British entry, and I really, really, really hope it gets something from the public. Just something. I have to imagine some folks at home are gonna like it a little, like 5 points. Give it 5, 7 even. Just don't give it 0. That's not worth 0. You know that's not a 0 pointer. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't look like it. I would be really bummed if it didn't get anything from the public. Anyway, here's Albania. They were my joint favorites last year. Not quite there this year, but still very good. None is the name of the song by Alice. I can't see the subtitles at all. Yellow was a bad choice. Oh.
You know it's a really good performance if I just completely shut up. I barely opened my mouth. I just couldn't. I was transfixed. That was a gorgeous, touching performance from Albania. Whew. This semifinal is just. This is what I'm saying. The highs of semifinal 1 might have been higher, but the overall quality of songs in semifinal 2 is higher. Because it's way harder to tell who's more likely to make the cut. I don't get why. Like, yeah, why would you bring them over to Vienna just to like have them perform against like projections and stuff? But Malta's next. I quite like I quite like Malta's song this year. It's called Bella. For the first time in quite a while, there are actual lines in Maltese, a Maltese entry. And hopefully it will qualify. Oh. It looks like we need an extra second to set up Malta. We're showing the fans. Malta does have a very involved prop, so that makes sense. Yeah, we're going around the arena. Hi, everybody. Look at all those Eurovision fans. Hey, everybody. Look at that. Yes, indeed. Eurovision. That's what they are doing. That's what they're watching. Hi, y'all. Hi, guys. Hello, random Borussia Dortmund fan. Hello, person from Malta. Hello, person from the UK. Hello, person from Romania. And at last, stage is set. Now we can see Bella by Aiden for Malta. You need an extra second for that one. Was it worth it? Ooh, that is a good visual. God, he's handsome. You can tell that he's just really happy to finally be at Eurovision. He's tried so many times, and now he's finally reached the summit. So excited to hear Gabe's perspective, having actually seen this in preparation. It does look very cool. Very cool visuals. I hope he qualifies. Like, it's just such a visually arresting performance. And he's so enjoying his moment. Ah, now for the spinny. Heard about the spinny. Oh, Forza. Yes, let's go, New Saints. Champions of Wales as ever. Oh boy, yes. I like ending it with the screen widening again. Very good, Malta. You can tell he enjoyed it. You can tell he enjoyed that. I think, ooh, watch your step there, buddy. Look at his face. He's just like, holy shit, I finally did it. I competed at Eurovision. Whatever happens now, I did it. Like, you can see that look on his face. TZ, I am doing just fine. We are almost done with the competitive song portion of semifinal 2 of this year's Eurovision Song Contest. It's a lot more competitive than the first semifinal, that's for sure. It's a very good field of songs. Norway's closing out. Jonas loved the singer. He's had some vocal issues. Norway's one of the countries whose participation was affected. They didn't withdraw, but their participation was affected by Israel's presence because a lot of artists in Norway didn't want to compete in their selection, including Ylvis of What Does the Fox Say fame. So, they lost a chance to have the What Does the Fox Say guys again. But they got this instead, and this is a fine enough substitution, I suppose. I think it'll be a good closer. I hope he's vocally up for it. Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah. Okay, first chorus, no problem. Oh, look. Yeah, he couldn't hump the camera like he was trying to do before. I feel like Norway is still pretty good. I like him kissing that dude's bald head. All right, see if he's got another one in him. Wow, if he was sick, you would never know. He's like had a couple like little strained moments, but mostly he's honestly been hanging in okay. Norway should be pretty happy with this. I don't know if I'd call him an obvious qualifier, but Norway haven't missed a final in a decade. Has he got one more in him? That was solid. That was solid from Norway. I most certainly would not rule them out of the running for qualification. I wouldn't call them an obvious qualifier. I would not call them an unobvious qualifier. So now, 15 up, 15 down. We've now heard all.
15 countries, 15 songs, but
Is there anything I would want to vote for?
Yes, Victoria, and it's very much up to you who is going to party all night because they are through to the grand final.
yeah, get ready to vote for your favorite.
I already voted last night, but I might.
Maybe more than just one artist impress you tonight. Spread your love and
They're trying. They're saying that every time because of the Israel stuff.
Eurovision mantra. You can vote up to 10 times, but you cannot vote for your own country.
Et oui, maintenant, un peu de français. Parce que
So I might vote for them. What do you think about the new Saints in the UCL qualifiers? Am I going to vote again? I'll think about it. Well, let's see. Who are they playing in the World Cup qualifiers? That's the question. So we're playing a preseason friendly against Glentoran. That's the last update on a game I've seen. Let's see. Couldn't hurt to catch. All right, there have been people here from Romania. I'm going to give a couple more votes to Romania. You know what? I'll do that. And I really liked Ukraine. I'll give them an additional vote. I'm not going to use a full 10 votes this time. I don't see the need for that. Czechia was brilliant. I'm going to give a vote to Czechia. And you know what? I'm going to vote for Albania. There you go. 2 more votes for Romania. 1 more vote for Czechia. 1 more vote for Ukraine. And 1 more vote for Albania. There's part of me that wants to. Oh, no, I mean, do you think they come in the group stage or not? Hope springs eternal. I very much would not rule it out. I mean, with any team from Wales, even them, there's always going to be an uphill battle. And also, screw it, I'm throwing in a vote for Luxembourg. How many euros is that? 590. Screw it. Hey, you know what? Romania can live with 1 vote for me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, that's fine. Romania is making it through. Y'all don't need my help. I'm just feeling generous. But I would say that I would love if they made the group stage. I know that's incredibly difficult. I mean, the fact is they're playing with house money because if they play their cards right, they'll at least be able to make it to like something like the Conference League again. But in terms of the Champions League is a tough ask. That's a hard out. I mean, if they get lucky in their draws, look, last season there were teams from Cyprus and Kazakhstan in the Champions League. You got Bodo Glimt from Norway. You got all those guys. Ain't no reason that the new Saints can't be there. I most certainly wouldn't rule it out. I also wouldn't call it overwhelmingly likely. Prove me wrong. I would love if the new Saints made the Champions League. I would be delighted. I would have absolutely no argument with that because I love them. And it'd be great to see them in the Champions League. But a lot of stuff has to go right for that to happen. They're going to have to lock in a way that would allow them to contend on the level of the new Saints if you were to compare them to a team in the English pyramid, they probably would be like a League One, League Two team. You know, like, so they are the only professional club in the Welsh league. Yes, I understand. So we hope and support and hopeful they do it. Of course, we hope they do it. I would love if they did it. I'd be delighted if they did it. I want them to do it. They just have to get some monkeys off their back. And one of them is being able to play up to the level of countries, of teams from countries that are significantly better, have significantly better infrastructure than them. I've heard they might be funny here.
Worlds. The artists are now in our Viennese cafe, formerly known as the Green Room. They're currently biting their nails and hoping for your vote.
Because they all want to be a part of Saturday's grand final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2026.
I'm so excited.
Oh no, right? No, I've heard about that. This is where they start singing "I'm so excited." You know, noted Eurovision song "I'm so excited." This is why I once again recommend you look up that Eurofan survey, because it's a great way to let the EBU know that there's, you know, maybe things that could stand to be fixed about the contest. I say as I look at one of our hosts playing guitar very exaggeratedly. Yeah, they got all the vaporwave colors, like they said. Look at that! It's all pink and purple and 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 this just looks like the background of Solo by Blanca, or possibly worse still, Do It for Your Lover. Oh, nice, but I must leave. Unfortunately, I have to go. Good Nacht. Best wishes to you as well. Forza TNS. Wow, the staging is just loud. Why are the dancers doing their very, very best here? But oh my god, this is just so tacky. Like, there's a difference between campy and tacky. This is a bit tacky. My question is why I'm so excited. Why that as opposed to, you know, a song from Austria, a song from Eurovision, a song from Eurovision that represented Austria? Oh, wait, they couldn't get Conchita because Conchita doesn't do Eurovision stuff because he scared her off. Let's see if anything interesting is going on in terms of reports or stuff. JJ going on European tour? That's nifty. Australia has moved up to third in the odds. Australia has bumped Denmark down to fourth. Their odds are at 10%. Bulgaria is up to eighth in the odds. Czechia is up to 14th. Well, they passed Moldova, which I don't know if I go that far. Yeah, no, their odds are. Cyprus is down to 10th in the qualifier odds. There's like a little upward momentum for Armenia. Okay, you know something, Jake? You know something? You know something? Just so I can give you what you want, because I know you're going to ask otherwise, and nothing's happening during the show right now, so I can live with that. Okay, Jake. All right, everybody on YouTube and on Instagram. So, although I consider puppetry stuff sort of on the clock as opposed to this, my buddy Jake Marks on Instagram over there, 2 days ago requested that I bring on Melg here. Hi. Because it's an Uziworks puppet, and Uziworks are very good at making puppets. If you do say so yourself. This is for a show I started conceptualizing called The King's Dragon that never really came to fruition, but I still wanted to have the main character built. I collaborated with Uziworks. I basically just gave some basic suggestions of her how I wanted it to look, and he's an absolute whiz. I'm feeling very bad that I can't remember his name off the top of my head very well, but he just took the basic suggestions I gave, and with just a couple tweaks, it was almost exactly like what I had in my head, even better. So Uziworks, they're very good. If you want to have a puppet built that is of real high TV puppet quality, hello Browntown Rising, thanks for joining the stream. We are taking a brief puppet juncture to show off this amazing puppet. This amazing dragon puppet that Uziworks puppet making company made. It's a guy. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, Mr. Uziworks. I will look it up. But this puppet is absolutely brilliant. Also, everybody follow Browntown Rising if you don't already. It's very important for staying on top of, athletes who are, BIPOC, who are making particularly Black and Southeast Asian and whatnot heritage, all kinds of backgrounds that aren't always represented in sports, particularly basketball. You owe it to yourself to give Browntown Rising a follow, because it's very good to support people in sports that don't just look like you. Even dragons? There aren't any dragons playing professional sports right now. You know what? I'm bored. And they're talking to Monroe right now, so why not indulge? Hi, everybody. Hey, it's me, Melg. Yeah, this is the voice he came up with for me. Not bad, because he sort of thought of me as like a young kind of character. And that's basically held up. In hindsight, I kind of wish I asked for the rods to stay in the hands, because they keep falling out if I'm not careful. Kind of have to bend the hands a certain way. But I love this tail. I love the eyes and snoot. They're very sort of LaChoy dragon-ish, which was kind of what I was going for, except the teeth are different. It has that kind of look. It's not, I'm not a Muppet, but I've got that kind of vibe, which is to say I look good and appealing. That's what a good TV-style puppet should look like. Should be able to look at the camera here, look at the camera there, and it looks like it's looking right. If you're watching on Instagram, he's looking right at you. You're watching on YouTube, looking right at you. It's not an easy thing to do to be a puppeteer, so I don't mind having moments to flex a little bit and show what I got. But I love how I said that to Jake, and then he almost immediately left. Brad, did you want me to show you Melg or not? There you go. Wanted to see him? There he was. Sam having himself a little cup of tea. How very British. We're getting closer and closer. I will say, I hope that they do what they did in the last semifinal and just start with the really obvious ones. Because, like, I mean, I'm just so not interested in them waiting on. Don't stress me out by waiting to say Ukraine. Don't stress me out by waiting to say Denmark. Don't stress me out by waiting to say Australia. Just announce them first. It would appear that they're starting to wrap the voting up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh wait, no. I forgot about this. Oh damn it. They're waltzing. I guess for Australia they're waltzing Matildas. But oh boy, it's a Viennese waltz. This might be kind of fun. I hear the music's Missy Cherie. It is. Yeah, and Simon's waltzing with the camera. It's cute. It's cute. And everybody in the crowd's waltzing. Okay, Austria. This is so stupid, but it's very cute. It just goes on a little bit too long, as all these things do. Eva Maria and Daniel Chishka are waltzing together. That was fun. Okay. That was worth unmuting for, I suppose. All right. We're getting closer and closer. There's going to be like, they're going to end the voting. They're going to do like, oh no, right. They're doing the the Eurovision quiz show thing again. God damn it. Stop voting now. Oh, right. They are dressed like, Gabe was saying that they were dressed like the Buranovsky babushki. Russia might not be in the contest, but we'll never forget the babushki. Yeah, can you imagine how much more tense this would be if they'd never given... Like, let's just remember, the EU probably would have just let Russia cook, if not for the fact that, besides Ukraine, literally all the Baltic countries and all the Nordic countries, every single one of them, all said simultaneously, if you let Russia compete, we're not competing. And for the Nordic countries, I mean, that's like, oh, God. Like, all of them withdrawing would be bad enough. It would have been like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Ukraine, Netherlands, and Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Finland. And even the EBU knows better than to alienate all of the Nordic countries, especially Sweden. Are you going to eliminate Sweden? Or rather alienate Sweden? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So that was what motivated Russia to get the boot. What motivated them to give Russia the boot. Oh, they've got... Oh, it's Rylan and Angela from the UK. That's cute. Oh, Rylan hit the buzzer real quick. I want to... Like, listen, if this is going the way it ought to, Rylan ought to walk it. It is indeed my number one as the first song. God, I miss... Like, Rylan's funny. If Rylan was hosting this contest, it'd actually be fun. Oh, oh man, they're smoking them. Yum 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 yum. Banana. Give That Wolf a Banana was a fever dream. I loved Give That Wolf a Banana. It was one of those songs I was just like objectively like, okay, this is silly garbage, but oh, it's my kind of silly garbage. Eurovision needs at least one song like this every year. It's the first prop at Eurovision. It's a telephone. I already know this one. The Strongest won the well-named derby. The Strongest beat Always Ready. So the Strongest were the strongest, and Always Ready were not, in fact, ready. It's a phone. The answer is a phone. It's a song called Telephone. None of them got it. Wait, no. Did they get it? Okay, I guess they got it. Oh, man, the Nordics are getting... Boy, that must be... Oh, hey, wait a minute. They asked that question already. Oh, man, they are lazy. What did the singer pull out of his jacket? He pulled a camera. We know this already. They are lazy. Lazy if they're reusing questions from... Do you know how many Eurovision trivia questions I could come up with compared to those clowns? Interesting betting movement. Armenia is moving up. Australia is moving down in the qualifying odds, but I guess it's just because people are just putting more money on other songs because, like, what's the point in betting for Australia? You already know they're through. Yes. They're just going over the same old thing. Australia is third in the odds to win. Like, they are so confident that Australia is going to get a good... Australia and Denmark are both ahead of Israel. Even after the last few years, Israel is still not even the favorite to win. Oof. I hope the weather's nicer when this is all over because I would love to go and, like, take a little walk or something. I get the shpilkas if I'm in here for too long. This is fun. I've gotten at least 2 likes on the live stream on YouTube. I've gotten no chats whatsoever. 3 views, 1 view. You see, I can't jinx it. People might come in, people might not. Johnny Logan, thank you for having principles. But whether you're watching now or watching later, hello. Hope my ramblings have been amusing and somewhat insightful. I realize I haven't really said what my 10 qualifiers are, because truth be told, it's hard. It's hard to say what my 10 would be. I mean, I'll get the obvious ones out of the way. Sorry, I keep yawning. I got a good night's sleep, I swear. But hi, Monoskin. But I'm saying Australia, Albania, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Denmark, Romania. Who else was in this? Malta. Hold on. They still had like a broadcaster logo in the top left corner of that. That's such a... Come on, you couldn't just get... You couldn't just, like, get a clean copy of Wild Dances to use. The remaining 3. That's where the trouble is, because there are a few that could take those spots. I'm going to say those 3 are... Hold on. Let me start over. I'll go alphabetically. Albania, Australia, Bulgaria, Czechia, right? That's who I almost forgot. Czechia, Denmark, Malta, Norway, Ukraine, and then two that might as well be anything. Just to make myself happy. Even though I know they're not going to go through, I'm going to say them anyway. I'm going to say Luxembourg. I'm going to live in hope that Luxembourg might somehow make it through. Oh, hey, there's a Canadian flag in there. Hi, Canadian. Thank you for... And I see a Kazakh flag in there. Canada and Kazakhstan, two of the countries that wanted to potentially compete this year and couldn't. I see. I think that's... it's hard to tell what flag that is. I think that's Hungary. I think that's a Hungarian flag. That would make sense. But I'm going to say... Luxembourg and Switzerland. Why not? JJ's performing now, our incumbent champ. So Albania, Australia, Bulgaria, Czechia, Denmark, Latvia, Luxembourg, Malta. Wait, no, scratch that. Luxembourg, Malta, Norway, Ukraine. I don't know. There are about 7 or 8 I feel relatively confident on, and then a few that could be a few. This is a good song. Of course he's killing it. He always kills it. So hold on, so who would that leave out? I'm saying Armenia, Cyprus, Switzerland. No, I said Switzerland. Armenia. Well, I can't say all the ones I said. Armenia, Cyprus, and Azerbaijan might be out. And then I would be saying Norway's out. I'm not saying Norway's out. Put Norway in instead of Luxembourg, Latvia. I don't know. I'm only going to predict. I'm going to predict as much as I can predict, but Albania, Australia, Bulgaria, Czechia, Denmark, Luxembourg, Norway, Romania, Sweden, Ukraine. There. The one I kept forgetting was Romania, which is odd because they're like the most obvious qualifier of the bunch. Oh, he's not done? Now he's done. All right, he's going on tour. Okay, gang. This is it. I believe we are about to find out the 10. Here we go. Who's ready to get sweaty? Time to find out the last. Hey, you know what? I forgot I have another slide up. I have a couple of these slides. Albanian flag. Oh, we're going to recap.
couple of flags that was buried somewhere. Looked in the recess and I got it. Viva Moldova!
But for any Albanians who might be watching, I got this at an Albanian heritage parade that was going through my neck of the woods. Hold on, let me make sure I'm holding this right. There we go. We got us. And what does it say at the bottom here? Right? Albanian roots. I have none. But I have an Albanian flag, so close enough, I guess. Ah! Fuck that entry. Get out of here. Ah! And there's our delightful surprise. Asila from Belgium. I'm happy for her. I'm sad that this is not going to feature any sign of, Portugal or Montenegro. Happens. I'm happy Lithuania made it. Poland wasn't a surprise. Okay. Here we go, guys. Who are our last 10 finalists? There we go.
So looking forward to meeting all those fantastic artists.
Here we go, guys.
Saturday.
I'm so excited.
Oh, you better stop it.
Yeah, I'm still excited.
All right, here we go, guys.
We are getting this for Saturday. We're about to fill the 10 remaining spots.
And that means the time has come for both good news and bad news, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. Here are the results.
Here we go.
The math is done.
Not by the two of us, thankfully, but by people with excellent math skills.
Let's find out.
They've combined the results of the national juries and the audience vote of all the countries that performed tonight, plus France, Austria, and United Kingdom.
And let's not forget the audience vote from the rest of the world, which counts as
What am I, chopped liver?
national country. So in just a few seconds, we will
Thank you,
reveal
Victoria.
10 countries, tonight's verified and confirmed finalists.
All right.
And to all of you here in the green room tonight,
Are they going to start with an obvious one or a less obvious one?
you have all played an unforgettable part in making this evening so special. So thank you.
Looks like I'm wearing a dress from a certain
Each
angle.
and every one of you.
All right. Are they going to start with Ukraine? Are they going to start with Australia? Let's find out.
So let's do this. We will now announce the 10 finalists in no particular order.
Let's find
I'm
out.
so curious to find out who it's going to be.
Well, the first country going through to the grand final is
Let's see.
Bulgaria!
I'm not surprised. Not a surprise. That was the fan poll favorite. That's gone over very well with the fans. Welcome back to the final, Bulgaria. Their first contest since 2022 and their first finals appearance since 2021. Let's see who's next. Oh, you come at a very exciting time. We're about to find out the next finalist. Finalist number 2. Oh, come on. Say Albania.
Ukraine!
Hey! Slava Ukraine! Slava Ukraine! No surprise. They didn't wait until the end this time. They didn't wait until the end. What's the point of waiting until the end? We knew they were through. Well done. Well done, Ukraine. All right. I'm going to hold on to Albania for now. I still love you, Ukraine. Congratulations, Leleka. No surprise. Who's next?
Norway!
There they go. I'm glad I didn't change my mind on Norway. Norway continue their qualification streak. They have not missed a final since 2016. Those 3 non-qualifications remain their only 3 non-qualifications. Jonas Love will be performing again on Saturday. All right. No huge surprises yet, but let's see. There's time.
Australia!
No surprise there either. If there's a surprise, they haven't gotten to it yet. All of these are ones I'd expect. Australia are back in the final for the first time since 2023, thanks to Delta Goodrum. No surprises there. They're going to do very, very well, I think. All right. Let's see who's left. Say Albania. Come on, I got the flag and everything. They were good. But we haven't got a surprise yet. Let's see who's next. Number 5. And we don't get a surprise there either. Alexandra Kapitinescu. No surprises. Romania is in the final. Their first final since 2022. They made it. They probably won the semifinal. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, still no surprises. Who's left? Still haven't said Denmark. Still haven't said Czechia. Still haven't said Albania. Still haven't said Malta. Let's find out who it is. Next finalist. Hey! Malta! I had a good feeling about Malta. Aiden, congratulations! 2 years in a row, the Maltese have made it to the final. And well done to him. Oh, I'm so happy for Aiden. He's waited such a long time. Czechia, Denmark, Albania, and one more is what I'm guessing. Let's see. It's like one spot I couldn't call it if I tried. They did it! They did it! In the back of my head, I was thinking she wasn't very good vocally, but that was a very fun staging. She did enough. I think the public pushed that one over the line. I'm impressed. Well done, Cyprus. Okay. So it's Albania, Denmark, Czechia. It's got to be, right? As it stands, the only one I got wrong is Luxembourg, and I could have told you that. If it's not those 3, I'm going to be real surprised. Yeah! Chypria! I knew holding the flag was a good idea. Albania is through. There we go. Chypria, qualification, whatever. So Denmark, if it's not Denmark and Czechia, I'm going to be real surprised. Denmark and Czechia? Got it. Right? Wow. No saving the obvious ones for the end this time. Well, not all of them, I guess. If they're obvious. Oh, Switzerland. Who knows? Let's see. Next finalist. Yay! That would have been a huge upset if Denmark didn't make it through, but of course he did. So if I were to guess, I would imagine Czechia are the last qualifiers. There is room to be wrong. Okay. If it isn't Czechia, I'm going to be very surprised. Oh, Luxembourg. I think it might be over for her. Oh, come on. It has to be, right?
Armenia.
You never know. You never know. You never know.
Switzerland.
All right. Oh boy. Oh man. Some good songs are going home tonight. That is a guarantee. Only one more going through. Who will it be? 10 finalists.
The time has come to announce the last finalist for the grand final.
Here we go.
The 10th finalist is Czechia.
There it is. There it is. Czechia are through. Daniel Žižka has brought Czechia back to the grand final for the first time since 2023, which means Azerbaijan, Luxembourg, Armenia, Switzerland, and Latvia have all been eliminated. So I got 9 out of 10. I got 9 out of 10. Hey, listen, all y'all watching this, you saw. The only one there's your final. That's okay. Across both semifinals, I only got 3 countries wrong. I didn't guess Belgium, I didn't guess Cyprus, and I didn't guess there was like one more that was a bit of a surprise, I guess. Poland. But even then that wasn't a big surprise. Okay. Well, there you go. The semifinal is over. Let's Bon wheat indeed. Well, that was a significantly less tense semifinal than the first. And unlike the first semifinal, there were no real shocks in the qualifiers. I guess Cyprus was a shock, but not really. Like, the reports on her vocals were bad. She must have gotten a very good televote score. Because watching the performance, I was like, yeah, her vocals are shaky, but she can perform. Like, she's a good dancer. The song is catchy. She does enough. A lot of stuff kind of happens around her, but it's good enough to get the job done. Luxembourg have now, well, it's part of the Eurovision experience unless your name's Ukraine. You're bound to not qualify at least once. And Eva Maria is Luxembourg's first non-qualifier, unfortunately. Eva Maria from Luxembourg, Atfara from Latvia, Simon from Armenia, Jiva the Diva from Azerbaijan, and that would mean one more. Oh, and Veronica Fusaro for Switzerland. This is Switzerland's first non-qualification since 2018. They have had a remarkable run of form. You know, even in the years where they didn't do as well, they were at least in the final. So hopefully Switzerland aren't too disheartened by this. I feel like, because they still did a lot with it. I think in the end, the song maybe just didn't quite have, hello there, the song didn't quite have the juice to make the final. Advara might have just been a little too polarizing. I don't know. I felt bad for her. I really like that song. Azerbaijan, if that didn't come last in the semifinal, I will be very surprised. Armenia, that was just kind of frenetic when you get down to it. Like, it had a lot of energy, but it didn't have a lot of, actual song. So, is what it is for them. Like, all the non-qualifiers, I could see some, like, okay, Azerbaijan, if they didn't wind up finishing last in the semifinal, like, it would be entirely from the staging. That song was a nothing. That song did absolutely nothing. And now Azerbaijan this is the wild thing. When I was getting into Eurovision, the first year I got into Eurovision the first contest was 2018. And going into that contest, Azerbaijan had never failed to qualify for a final. They did poorly some years, but they always made the final. They didn't make the final in 2018, and that was like big news. Like, they finished 11th overall. People were like, oh my God, Azerbaijan's out? Azerbaijan got eliminated? That was the big thing that, like, hammered in the semifinal of death kind of aspect. I mean, 2018 was a crazy year because that was a year lots of perennial qualifiers didn't make it over countries that at the time, Azerbaijan not qualifying while Finland did would seem out of the ordinary. Nowadays, we live at a time where Finland are perennial qualifiers who are the favorites to win this year, while Azerbaijan now have failed to qualify for the final for 4 consecutive contests. Like, what are you doing here, guys? Like, what are you contributing to this contest? Like, Israel doesn't have a right to be there either, but like, you could tell that they like actively want to be there, which is part of the whole problem. Azerbaijan just feel very apathetic. Like, they send entries like shrugs, like, you know, hey, Europe, we still exist. Hi, guys. But like, the time where it felt like they were putting everything into like making people want to come to Azerbaijan, making Azerbaijan a new tourist destination, they just don't care. They don't care at all. The last 4 years have just been the biggest non-committal shrug entries I've ever seen. Whether it was written with AI assistance or not, that song was boring, extremely boring. But I will say this: there was no song in the semifinal that was like actively painful to listen to. You know, there was no on replay. Okay, Jala came pretty close. It wasn't that bad. After what Gabe and Jay had been saying about it, wait a second. The model got 10 out of 10. The model got 10 qualifiers out of 10. They got them all right. Wow. James is going to be absolutely smug about that. Wow. The model was bang on. 10 out of 10. All of the songs they said were going through went through, including Cyprus. That's impressive. I'm sure James will be very pleased with that. But I am... So the 10 qualifiers, for those who might have missed: Albania, Australia, Bulgaria, Cyprus, Czechia, Denmark, trying to remember everybody, Malta, Norway, Romania, and Ukraine, which eliminates Armenia, Azerbaijan, Switzerland, Latvia, and Luxembourg. So we now know the 25 countries contesting this year's grand final. They will be Albania, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czechia, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Israel, Italy, Lithuania, Malta, Moldova, Norway, Poland, Serbia, Sweden, Ukraine, and the United Kingdom. And it feels very weird to say all those and not say... also, I feel like I missed one. Albania, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, that's 5. Croatia, Cyprus, Czechia, Denmark, Finland, that's 10. France, Germany, Greece, Israel, Italy, that's 15. Lithuania, wow, they're the only Baltic to make it. Lithuania, Malta, Moldova, Norway, and Poland, that's 20. Romania, Serbia, Sweden, Ukraine, United Kingdom. How do I keep forgetting Romania? It's weird because I love Romania. The big redemption arcs this year go to Belgium, Belgium in a sense, they made the final, but Bulgaria and Romania. Bulgaria, Romania, and Moldova in semifinal 1. They all left the contest in not the best place as countries, and now they're back and better than ever. Bulgaria and Romania both qualifying, I would imagine, with ease. The 10 qualifiers were about the 10 I expected. I said Luxembourg, but I didn't say it confidently. I said it because I wanted it, but I knew I knew as I said it. I should have just taken him out. I shouldn't have even thought about him, but Maria, you were nice. I will say there's nothing that was eliminated in this semi that makes me as sad as Portugal being eliminated in semifinal one did. Even though that one was much more obvious of a non-qualifier in hindsight. But there we go. Well, now that the final has been set, say what you will, this is going to be a strong final. And I'm interested in seeing how I feel like Israel should be sweating because there are a lot of televote magnet kind of songs that can pull votes in directions away from them. Like, now Cyprus and Greece are both in the final, and you know they're going to vote for each other. Yeah, I, for one, am very interested in how this final is going to go. I'm still unshaken in my belief that it's Finland's to lose. I feel like most people would agree with that. We'll see what happens. I really liked France's performance. I'm not going to lie. People were kind of down on it, but I liked it a lot. I liked France a lot. I liked Austria and the UK. Please, people, vote for them. Vote for them. Give them something, anything from the public. If they get 0 from the public in the final, I'm going to be real bummed. But, well, now that the semifinals are done and dusted, I might do a live stream after the finals over, just to sort of give my wrap-up thoughts for the year that was in Eurovision. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're gonna have Finland winning and hosting. Hopefully, Israel doesn't bribe their way to a win, although I would call it unlikely. Let's see what happens. I'm going to be watching the final with my family back in New York. So the likelihood of me being able to live stream my reaction is slim. But Eurovision's meant, the final in particular is meant to be experienced with others. That's what I say. But if you watch the stream for even a brief moment of time, either on YouTube or on Instagram, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a fun experiment for sure. I'm going to try and do more stuff like this in the future, and hopefully I'll actually get decent enough that maybe I can build an audience doing it. We'll see what happens, but those were the semifinals that were. We now know the 25 countries that will be contesting the Crystal Microphone, and with that, I bid you all good night, farewell, and may the best song win, and may that best song be Finland. Peace, y'all. And we're done there.